Hello and welcome back to my Let's Play of the Latin Empire Europe 4. So let's get going, and also did try to record just now, but it sort of crashed before I unpaused. So nothing should have occurred, but I'm also going to start building a new spy network on Mr. Papacy. Okay, Egypt, you do that, you arse. And, well, restore the Roman Empire. France, I will actually fucking delete you. I am not in the mood for dealing with this sort of bullshit right now. So, I'm gonna just go for it. Is the Navy still building? Ah, Christ. I can't exactly afford that, but... So, currently, Brandon... Yep, Sweden's in it. Oh, lovely. So, the solution would be... Focus on Provence... Send the rest of my armies up into Brandenburg and siege them up. Because, really, I'm the only thing that keeps the war at this sort of favour for the French. There's two great powers on each side, I believe. No, Brandenburg is not a great power. But anyway, I haven't built my armies back up yet. So what's best to do is move all of them at once into one area. But, do I really want to do that? Sort of. So what I'm going to do is get an army over there. Two armies will be working in this region with the French. Two armies will be working over in the east. No, not two armies, 4 armies. So this will total up to be 28, about 56,000. No, yeah, 56,000 or so. And the fact is, I do want to get them down quickly. You all go in there, you'll go in there, and you'll go in there. So they're going to Potsdam, see? And I am going to be willing to take the penalty to my troops there. Specifically so I can get more done. Now, the French need to do pretty well here. And sieging up Provence is going to be the first order of the day. The second order of the day is pretty simple. And that is going to be break Aragon, so France can focus up here. The third one is break Brandenburg, and I'm going to be doing that to my absolute fullest extent. Now I want Berlin to fall quickly. Berlin has to fall quickly. Hence why I'm dedicating this many troops in 2 small areas. I can't afford to lose a battle. 28,000 should at least discourage them from attacking anywhere. And I mean anywhere. My fleet is still building, of course, and that means that the fact is I can't exactly go out and intimidate them and get a blockade here. It's going to take a while. Now I can afford to get another leader. You are actually even better at sieging. And I will move you to Potsdam, while you break this fort right on down. Avignon is now under our control. Perfecto. So this up here has to be paid attention to. Now, strangling Brandenburg and getting these 2 forts here especially is it's gonna block off Sweden to an extent. And also down here, I am gonna just develop it now, this province, but I'm not. Franconia wants to be annoying, he can be annoying. I've got way too much land to really be affected massively by that. Now this here I cannot help with. And over here, where is Aragon's army? I do not want to risk a lot of stuff on a gamble. Franconia can siege that. I want to get Berlin down first of all, before I move out into the neighbouring provinces like Rostock. Yeah, whatever. He's not going to win down there. In the long run, anyway. So, you want to try that, because that would probably get you killed. Because I've got 56,000. Do you want to try and take that one? Look, guess what fell? Berlin. Guess what's going to happen now? I've got a death stack. He's got that big leader, but he is going away. But bloody... yeah, I've got big penalties, but I've also got big advantages. But yeah, he's going to be able to beat me, I think. Wait, why do I have such a massive tactics advantage? He's still fighting better than me, and how has he got so many troops dedicated up here? I mean, the tactics advantage... 9 against a 2. And that's effective. Well, it was effectively a 7. Now I've got a 4 against a 5. Let's retreat down here, all of you. But I've got Berlin, and he has to siege that back. But I've achieved my first objective up here. And Aragon actually went out quite easily. I see. So that changes the situation down there. Because it means, with Aragon out, France is dedicating more forces up here. And while that was a big battle, it was definitely my fault. Ooh. Well, I've got plenty of power projection now. Yeah, it's not going to bother me. It's only 5 years as well, so it's not even that bad. So he's dedicating a lot of troops up there. And while that did cost me a lot of men, it cost Sweden a lot as well. And they've also got rebels, just to add insult to injury. The best option here is spread them back out. Now they'll siege that back as well. I'll be sieging Provence, and I will actually siege at Pisa, for good measure here. But anyway, that battle up there has put Brandenburg on the back foot. Now Sweden needs to be cut down to size, I think. Well, we were allied, and then, you know, France decided, fuck you. And I do sort of want to punish France for that, and I might break our alliance after this war and get one with Sweden instead. But any chance I can get to really weaken the Empire is a good one. And that is definitely something I'll be taking advantage of. Me and France are likely going to come hit to hit in eventual terms. For simple reasons, really. Now, Pisa is the only one that's affecting stuff down here now. Provence has not got a strong navy. And I will be able to transfer 2 armies across at once. Yep, I can already do that. So I'm going to transfer you 2 to Rome. The remaining 2 armies can move to Dalmatia and get ready for a transfer across the Gulf. Well, the Adriatic Sea, even. Berlin is not being taken back, so that's probably affected... Oh, look, Cav combat ability, that's lovely. But he's got length of war, ally in war. He's quite weakened, actually, already. And it is going to drive up his war exhaustion. Which I expect to take full advantage of. So, I have 650 days till this fleet is ready to go. Now, look at that death stack. Sweden is definitely a big threat here. and that has to be dealt with. The solution to this is, first of all, we're going to dry Pisa out of the wall. Pisa shouldn't be an issue. But I'm not going to wait any more time than another 30 days for this next Carrack. This, which is being built in this little area here, I believe. No, it's actually somewhere else along here. It's in Italy, I see. But yeah, when that arrives, I'm going to go for it. Yeah, Verden is deciding to be an annoying prick, I guess. And the fact is, I shouldn't have to dedicate this much, actually, so I am going to move these back to deal with these. But Brandenburg is sent how much? Yeah, I'm going to either have to dedicate too much or too little. What options do I have? So you get back over there. Quickly now. Seems like their armies are not going to be too threatening though. Come on, get there, get there. He's going to smog me. Let's see if I can catch him there. So this is my new and improved fleet, and it should definitely be able to throw its weight around. Now, if I can break them here, I would definitely enjoy that. So my fleet has made a move, and it is going to be able to take out their fleet if they engage, due to severe advantages on my side now. I am going to go directly into their island and start pummeling them. Brandenburg is having their capital siege back by Brabant, who's a pain in the ass, admittedly. Getting Pisa out would be a nice little touch, because he's, you know, being a pain down here. Now, I can move my fleet up to here to siege this and force Provence to be fully occupied. A free stability. Can never go wrong with that. Yeah, we're going to catch Pisa's little navy there. Yeah, you felt good for killing that, didn't you? Actually, you didn't even kill it, it just ran off. And then they got sunk entirely. So that will boost Provence's fall. Brandenburg, of course, is gonna definitely not be stopped just by that. They're actually still quite eager, more eager than anyone else. Pisa is definitely not going to remain eager. Since I'll be dedicating my full army, I have to think about where I shall dedicate it next, and Franconia is a good idea. So while this is going as expected, I can't exactly move you away from there. Who's going to get there first? Oh shit. Well, I've paused it, which is a good idea. So what I think I'll do is cancel your movement there. Move you to Linz. We have to get ready for an engagement. I have got superior numbers, but engaging in mountains is quite foolish in my opinion. So Provence has fallen, and I can dedicate more troops to everywhere. So he's going back up there. I want to get to Franconia and push them out of the war. But what I could also do is get up to here and try to relieve the siege on Berlin and get it for our own side. So I will be engaging the Provence fleet and hopefully utterly crushing it, but As we can see, that is not the case for him at all. So this is my heavy ship versus that. Provence is down here actually, sieging. Like an annoying tard. So Pisa, you want to be that type of annoying? I could easily deal with you, you know. These are large ships, they're not going to fall easily. They won't be silenced easily, in general. So, I'm going to try and start sieging the Franconians. They actually backed off when I was approaching Berlin as well, which is, to say the least, a good thing. But now we don't know where most of their army is, to be honest. So while them backing off Berlin is a good thing, I do want to keep at least 4 of my armies in close proximity to each other. And what better place than Franconia, a small nation that's in this war. So Franconia in this is currently contributing it's not really that much of a nation contributor. It does contribute actually a significant portion of cavalry. That's almost certainly mispronounced. But I think we can get them out of the war. Pisa is already not really eager to continue for any longer. That's going to occur on the 2nd, so he's pretty much got the fight, a small fleet. Pisa is definitely a big annoyance. Let's get out of there. They're not sinking any of these, they're just retreating. As you can see, I am definitely able to weather a bit of attrition here. And sieging up Franconia is probably going to force them out of the war. Because Franconia certainly cannot handle anything here. Pisa is now out of the war, which means that these guys now have to get off of that place. What I can do is move you to there and get one of these armies over here to deal with you. Oh my, that is sweet. Now, playing such an influential factor in this war is definitely going to come with its penalties. The Mediterranean is definitely ours, but Sweden has decided that they definitely do not want anyone in the Atlantic. The solution to that I am not sure, but we have to get more armies up here. Are we getting you over to there, and are we getting you up into here? Brandenburg seems to be able to get its army everywhere, because Brandenburg magic. But the fact is, the more that we push out of the war, the better. Now, the fact is, Brabant is definitely a pain for this war, as he's been the one that's been causing the most issues. That he's trying to unsiege Berlin again. So that just went, so I'm actually going to refabricate that. Umbria. And he can't really escape. So these, once all of those have fallen, if it moves, I'll draft it for the additional manpower, which is useful during this war. That will also go to Baden, I think. Let's move you to there. You to there. You up to there. No. The 1st of January. Is he moving to Heidelberg? What? Who's going there? Sweden's moving to Heidelberg, but he arrives there on the 3rd. This could produce an interesting result considering his weaker army there, and my significant troop advantage. That's if I do catch him, and it also saves that 1k stack there. So we shall find out here, and we'll end the episode on that, since the 20 minutes have passed. I didn't catch it, but that is understandable. Now, with the current situation, it's best if I move both of these guys up. They'll need to be up there to definitely assist. Again, going to Provence, though, could be a good idea. I've been able to get a few of the people out in the first place. Franconia has actually decided they want out, and that has reduced their numbers slightly further. So let's get Provence back, or rather retake that conquested area. And as we can see, the troop count has changed a bit. Cav, we have double the amount of over them, and now our infantry count is also a bit higher. Limburg is definitely not eager to continue for much longer, though. And I believe Limburg is a considerable contributor. Considerable indeed. 8,000 and nothing. They're not contributing much at the moment, though, but, you know, that's only because they've been utterly crushed. Let's catch the Brandenburgian army and eliminate it. That is our objective. Now, the battle should go on long enough that I can punch through the Provence army. But, looks like that has ended the entire war. So, that actually is a very good place to wrap up. I'll just redeploy some of the armies a bit. I'll actually deploy 2 in that region. And I'll be deploying the final 2 there. So, either way, thank you for watching, and I'll be seeing you next time, where we shall, hopefully, be able to deal with a bit more of the entire Italian peninsula. We have just helped severely. We didn't even lose that much manpower. So I think we are in a very strong position after that war. It's a defensive loss for the Empire. But France seemed highly unwilling to do anything there, and didn't actually take anything. Which, to me, is an utter disappointment. Just a disappointment, that's all I can really say on the subject. So our fleet, now up to par with pretty much everything in the world, is there, and will be ready to utterly crush the Papal State. So either way, thank you for watching, and I shall see you next time. Bye for now.